Hey guys, it's Elle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a video chatting and doing the mid-year book, I think it's freak out tag or book tag, and I haven't done this in so long, and I was like, you know what, I needed a video to film because I'm pre-filming a bunch because I won't be able to film over the summer. So I think what I'm going to be doing over the summer is I'm trying to film as much as I can. And I'm probably going to be posting a video once a week or maybe every 2 weeks. And then I don't know if I'm going to post videos in August because I don't think I'll have enough videos. I'm coming back in August for my next year in college. So it's just a little stressful, and I really appreciate you guys giving me some grace of trying to figure this all out. And I love you for that. But anyways, I wanted to do a mid-year book tag because I love doing book tags and they're so much fun. So the first question is, what is the best book you've read so far this year? I've actually read a lot of really great books, but the one I wanted to mention was Saving Six and Redeeming Six by Chloe Walsh. This is the third and fourth book in the Boys of Tommen series by her, and I just love this series so much. And I just, the reason why I put it as my favorite of the year so far, it's just because of the experience I had reading it. I could not stop reading this book. It just felt like back to when, the beginning of when I would read romance, of just couldn't stop reading type thing. And it's just so addictive. And I just love it. So this is a very emotional romance between Joey and Aoife. And we go through a lot with these characters, and it's just so good. And I just love them so much. So love this one, love the Boys of Tommen series. The next question is, what is the best sequel so far you've read? Which for me, that would be Rebel Witch by Kristen Ceccarelli. I ate this book up. It was so good. I listened to it on audio when it released in February, and it is the second book to, is it Heartless? I don't remember what. Heartless, it's Heartless Hunter. And this is a really fun fantasy romance where the heroine is a witch, and she is trying to keep it a secret in society that she's a witch, and the hero is a witch hunter. So in this world, they basically hunt witches, and there are just supposed to be no witches in this world, but there obviously are. And it's kind of like if a historical romance met a fantasy romance. There is a high society, and it's a lot of fun. Luna, what are you doing? Luna was sitting on me. And it's just a lot of fun, and I love how he was trying to court her and try to figure out if she was a witch, and it's just such an interesting fantasy romance that I just love. So I love this series. It's so great. It's so great, and I especially love the sequel because we got to see so much more of the romance between the two main characters, and this one is a duet, so we got to see their HEA in this book, which I loved. The next question is, what is a new release you want to read? And for me, that would be Rewind It Back by Liz Tom Ford. This is coming out in May, and it is the last book in the Windy City series, and we're getting Rio's story, who we've kind of seen him as this playboy type guy, and I think it's actually a second chance romance, and he is a hockey player, I'm pretty sure. I always want to say he's a baseball player, but that's not right. And we're finally getting a story, so I'm really excited for this romance. I have loved and adored every single book in the Windy City series, and I'm just really excited for the conclusion to the series and to see what's going to happen. And I know she's going to write a spin-off of one of the heroines from, I think it's from Caught Up. Her dad is getting an HEA, and it's an age gap romance, and I'm really excited for that one. But I'm just so excited to conclude this series and see what's going to happen. It'll be so bittersweet, but I'm really excited to see his romance because she has been teasing it for years while writing this series. So super excited. And then my most anticipated book is Alchemized by Sin Lin Yu. I'm so excited for this book. I pre-ordered the Waterstones edition, which I did that before the tariffs came into play, so hopefully it'll be okay. I mean, they said I would still get my order, and I don't know if they're still not shipping to the US or not. But yeah, that's a discussion for another day. But I am so excited to read this. This is the published version of Manacled, so she's had to rewrite a lot of stuff, but I'm really excited, and I cannot wait to read this one. It's so anticipated for me. I loved Manacled. It was the first Ramoni fanfic I ever read, and it's one of my favorite books of all time, and I just am so excited to see what she changes. I feel it'll be a totally different book from Manacled, but still have the vibe of Manacled. So super excited to see what she's going to do with it, and literally cannot wait for this release. Like, I'm going to be taking that whole weekend when I get the book to just read it in its entirety, and I'm so excited. The next question is, what is the biggest disappointment that, like, what is a book that disappointed you that you read this year so far? For me, that would be Fearless by Lauren Roberts. I did not love that book. I ended up DNFing it. I was so excited for the release because we had so much great buildup of the romance in the first 2 books, and I just felt like Fearless was a letdown, personally. It just felt very YA. Like, I know the series is YA, but it felt super YA and, like, immature and, like, really trying to push the narrative of love triangle, but I'm like, we already know who she likes. Like, why are we doing this? And I just felt like a whole lot of nothing happened. Like, some things would happen and it was like, meh. I don't know, it just felt very repetitive, and I didn't even get to the end of, like, with the big twist at the end. I, like, didn't care at that point. So yeah, it just wasn't a favorite. It wasn't for me. The next question is, what is the biggest surprise of a book that you read this year? And for me, that would be The Women by Kristen Hanna. I normally don't read historical fiction, but I love this book. This is a historical fiction on the Vietnam War, and we follow our main character, who is a nurse in combat. And it was fantastic. Like, I loved this so much. I ended up also watching a really great Vietnam documentary called Turning Point on Netflix. Like, if you loved The Women and you want to learn more about the Vietnam War, I would definitely check that documentary out because it was so good. But I just love seeing, like, the struggles, and I just think it's so important to go back and learn about history. Like, I love history and I love reading about history, but I feel like for me personally, growing up, I did not learn a ton about the Vietnam War. I think I had, like, I had, like, a family member, like, one of my grandfathers, I think, was in the war. Like, I don't know. It's just, like, and I feel like people really distance themselves from the Vietnam War. Like, it was so long ago, but it really wasn't. And there's just, like, so much misinformation about what happened. And so it just was a really great story to read in the format that it was told in, and I just really loved it. So I was just surprised I liked it because I don't normally read historical fiction, but definitely a favorite of the year. The next question is a favorite new author, and for me that would be Melissa K. Rorick. She wrote the Legacy series, which is a really great fantasy romance series, and she is definitely becoming, like, a new fantasy romance author that I'm becoming obsessed with. Like, I love the Legacy series so much. It's becoming god tier fantasy for me, and she's just such a great author, and I love the way she's weaving in the urban fantasy aspects and all of the background information and fantastical elements, and she's just such a fantastic writer, and I'm really, really enjoying her as an author. The next question is, who is your new book boyfriend? And for me, that would be Reese from Wildside by Elsie Silver. I really, really love Reese. Like, he is such a hot hero, but I really love how he goes on the healing journey with the heroine when she loses her sister. And he's just such a great supportive king, but he's also very grumpy and, like, closed off and only opens up for the heroine, and I just love him. And Wildside, they end up having to go into an arranged marriage, or marriage of convenience is what it is, to basically keep custody of her nephew, of her sister that passed away. And it's just such a beautiful story, and I just love Reese. Like, he is just such a great character, and Elsie Silver heroes can do no wrong in my eyes, except Bae, because I don't like him, but everyone else I really love. The next question is, who is a new favorite character that you love? And for me, that would be Luca from Deep End. I just loved Luca so much. Like, he was the highlight of Deep End for me. Like, I never ever skip a TikTok of his voice from the audiobook because he's just so hot, and he is so obsessed with the heroine, like, so down bad for her. And I'm just obsessed with him. Like, he's so hot, and he's, like, the perfect man in my eyes. Like, I love him. So that would probably be a new favorite character for me. What is a book that made you cry? I'd probably have to say The Women. I think that one, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've read. I haven't really cried a lot this year reading a book, so there's still more to come for the rest of the year, but The Women was just super emotional, and, like, how much horrible stuff the main character went through. It was just really hard to read. So that one was definitely an emotional one for me. A book that made me happy would probably be The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. I feel like that book just emanates, like, happiness. because it is a cozy mystery, and I just love the aspect of them trying to like figure out who was leaving these secret notes in the heroine's bookstore. And I love like the new beginnings of it all, of her trying to like have a new fresh start in her life, and like trying to do the things that she wants to do that she's been putting off for years. And I just really love this one, and I loved all of the cozy vibes, and that it was really set in summer, and it just felt like the perfect like summery, like happy romance that I really loved. The next question is, what is the most stunning book you've bought? I actually have it right over here. I forgot to grab it. And I recently just purchased this gorgeous special edition from Catherine Cowell's bookstore. It is the beautiful Fragile Sanctuary copy. I think it's like her signing exclusive edition. Let's see if it'll focus. It's stunning. It's so pretty. This one deals with like architecture, so we have some like architecture stuff, and the embossing is just so stunning. I love it so much. So, oh, please don't fall. Love it. It's so beautiful, and it's just fantastic. And the last question is, what books do you want to read by the end of the year? So I would definitely want to read a lot of fantasy romances. I've just been on a fantasy romance kick. Like, contemporary has just not been doing it for me lately. So I definitely want to read the Stasia Stark series by her, A Court So Cruel and Lonely. Or no, it's A Curse So Cruel and Lonely. Glow and Fear of the Everflame. I think there's one called like Direborn. Just like or Direbound. Oh my gosh, Lena wants to play tug of war. So just a lot of fantasy romances that are just super exciting, that I'm really excited to read. All right, well, that was the last question on the mid-year book tag. I hope you enjoyed hearing me chat about all of my stats and all of those things. Oh, I forgot to tell you stats. I think I have read almost 60 books so far, which is pretty good. My goal is to read 105. Last year, I think I only read 100. Last year was hard. Let me see. Why doesn't it show my reading challenge? That's weird. Okay. Oh, I have read 58 books. So I'm going to try to read 105, so I'm at 55% of the way done with my reading challenge. But that is it for this video, and I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.